this series of videos, we spent 61 days overlanding through Namibia, Zambia, Zimbabwe and Botswana. From the middle of October each year, millions of straw-colored fruit bats congregate in the Kasanka National Park in Zambia. This is said to be the largest mammal migration on Earth. We were there before the height of the migration, but it was already spectacular. During the day, the bats stay within the forest, emerging at sunset to go and forage and returning at dawn. So as we arrived during the day, let's first take a look at our campsite. Pontoon campsite number 2 in the Kasanka National Park. It gives a very forested feeling. There's a shade shelter, then places to braai, large space for fire, and we have Sitatunga grazing in front of our campsite. We've never seen Sitatunga before. The Afrikaans name, Kudu, derives from the fact that the horns spiral vaguely like that of a kudu, although less pronounced. Only the males have horns. They have very long hooves, shaped to spread their weight so they don't sink into the marshy areas in which they live. They spend a lot of their life in the water. At Pontoon campsite number 1, there is an elevated viewing platform from which you can view the animals on the swampland. Without the extra elevation, it is difficult to see over the reed beds. That afternoon, we went searching for the free public bat viewing platforms we read about. But these free platforms have fallen into disrepair and are no longer used. You can, however, view the bats from public viewing areas at ground level. This is what we did on our first day, and it worked quite well. I took some of my nicest photographs from here. Initially, you will only see a few isolated bats, but as the sun sets, the numbers increase. The bats, which are about the size of seagulls, fly smoothly like large birds. They do not have the erratic flight pattern of the insect-eating bats we have at home. It is really difficult, actually impossible, to capture the sheer scale of the number of bats present. Photos and videos just do not do justice to the experience. When they fly over you, it sounds like a strong breeze. As we knew we would not be visiting again anytime soon, we decided to make use of a paid access viewing platform as well and spent the day scouting to decide which one to use. In the process, we came across the abandoned BBC viewing platform. This is the Lloyd platform which we ended up using. Pontoon campsite was fully booked for that night, so we stayed at Kabwe. This is campsite number 1. Flush toilets and a shower enclosure with a bucket shower. We left Kapwe very early the next morning to be in place on the platform by 4 o'clock in time to see the bats returning to their roosts. It seems that the bat return in the morning is a bit less of a mass event than the evening departure, but the improving light allowed me to take some nice photos of individual bats. By 5:30 it was all over and we went back to sleep. That afternoon we were in place on the platform by 5 o'clock, and by 10 to 6 the bats were coming thick and fast. I was able to get some nice shots of the bats against the afterglow of the sunset. Every one of those dots or stripes is a bat. The next morning we left the park on the way to Kapishya Hot Springs. Following a thunderstorm during the night, there was some water on the access road. Zambia has many roadside stalls selling fresh produce. Zambia's Great North Road, the T2, is an experience, although not always a pleasant one. Parts of the road is very bad, and some truck drivers will swerve for potholes without considering oncoming traffic. Here the heavy trucks have driven a ridge or middle manetjie into a tarred road. On this road you see more trucks than any other type of vehicle. I must say though that it seems that they are busy rebuilding the road. Still, Kapishya Hot Springs was a welcome relief. Kapishya Hot Springs. Apart from the hot springs, it also has a cold water pool. We stayed here for 2 days to catch up on some washing. In the next episode, we visit the North Luangwa National Park, see Crayshore zebras for the first time, and have some excellent predator sightings. Thanks for watching.